Partner pressured me into sex with his friend. Now I'm leaving him for him. Heads up that this is sexually explicit by necessity. Also, I'm not positioning anyone in this situation as morally better than anyone else. We're all obviously a mess. Background is included for context only. I met my partner, I'll call Danny, 7 years ago, when I was 28 and he was 41. I was brand new to a big city and a couple years out of my deeply abusive marriage, which had been my only prior relationship. I cannot describe the swiftness and thoroughness with which I was swept off my fucking feet. I fell so incredibly hard for him. This was also the first time I had a sexual relationship with any reciprocal pleasure for me, and I have always been insanely attracted to Danny. He's an impressive person and a great partner, except for the minor detail that he is a chronic cheater in an industry where cheating is common and normalized. Most spouses in our circle simply look the other way. Over the last 7 years, there have been 3 separate affairs, and that's just what I know about. I begged, cried, threatened to leave, but didn't. I told myself I could look the other way too, and I learned to suffer quietly. That's on me. The other man, Mike, is someone in the same industry that Danny was friendly with. He's 2 years younger than me. I met him a few times over the years. He has been married for the majority of our relationship. When I first met Mike, he struck me as very attractive, which is unusual for me. I barely look at other men. For this reason I always have avoided talking to him beyond what is polite. I always got the feeling it's mutual, just that kind of energy between us, and he was just as awkward and standoffish with me. Danny even picked up on it and would tease me about it occasionally. But he didn't figure much into our relationship until a few months back. Danny told me Mike had been separated from his wife, and was just divorced, and was coming over to hang out, swim, drink, cheer up. I thought it was a little odd it was just him and us. We had not hung out just the 3 of us ever. Danny teased me suggestively that maybe I could make Mike feel better. I brushed it off and assumed he was joking. We partake in a wide variety of kinks, but have never involved another person or had a serious conversation about it. Danny is in fact fairly jealous despite his own bad habits. I'm going to gloss over that day a little. Suffice to say Danny was not joking. He pestered Mike and I to drink until we were both mildly drunk. He started making suggestions, and then just offered me up to Mike like a toy for him to play with. I asked to speak with Danny, and he acted like I was being bratty and ruining his good time for resisting. Why wouldn't you want to do this for me type of stuff. I eventually agreed. Partly because I cannot think of a time in our relationship, or my prior one for that matter, where I said no to anything sexual ever, and it's very alien to me. Part of it was that I was so hurt he wanted to share me. It felt worse than him cheating. I got pissed and thought, fuck it. I did want Mike. I thought maybe Danny would regret it, be hurt by it even. So it happened. I won't go into detail, but we had privacy. Mike was a hard no on Danny watching. It was incredible. I know it's ridiculous under the circumstances, but it was a profound experience physically and emotionally for both of us. Just instant chemistry. I felt extremely self-loathing and miserable for days afterward. I also couldn't stop thinking about Mike, and couldn't connect to Danny emotionally, which made me hate myself more. It fundamentally changed something vital to our relationship. I lost all sexual interest in Danny. Mike reached out to me, as mixed up as I was. He regretted the event, feeling it was sordid and out of character for him, but felt the same connection that I did. We decided to chat about it over coffee. We've had an affair since. I'm packing my bags and leaving Danny in a couple weeks, the next time he's out of town for work. I'm staying with a friend until I can sort housing out. I realize this isn't the way to do things, and that I should have just broken up with Danny. I don't have any reason to fear him, but I feel safer leaving on the low down because my ex-husband caught me planning to leave and that didn't go well. Still, shitty of me, but I don't feel much about it. I also know it would be smart to not pursue things with Mike right now, if ever. Like be single, go to therapy, heal and grow and all that. I don't have a good reason, I'm just super fucking into him and obviously kind of an idiot. Edit. Since a bunch of people are still reading this morning, I just want to clarify a couple things since it keeps coming up. I do not feel that I was groomed, abused, or forced into anything by Danny. I'm not trying to imply that anywhere here. He's at worst a cheater who was manipulative about one's sexual situation once, and the decision was still absolutely mine. I'm not denying that my past with abuse has affected my decision-making, but that's my own responsibility to deal with. Edit 2. Also getting lots of comments about Mike cheating, so for clarity again. Mike is divorced and single. Nothing ever happened between us when he was married.